Hi Scorpio, this is your astrology and tarot forecast for October 2014. It's really wonderful to be with you and to be able to give you these influences. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to give you a rundown of the chart and I'll draw a tarot card to give you an overall summary and theme for the month. So the first thing happening is that on the 1st of October the moon is in its first quarter, and on the 31st of October the moon is in its first quarter again. And that doesn't happen all the time, it's quite rare. When it happens with a full moon it's called a blue moon. There's no term for it when it's the first quarter moon, but what that means is that this is quite a rare month and that you discover really something special, but that's not all public and bells and whistles and all, you know, out there. It's really something meaningful to you. So this is quite a deep month for you in terms of finding something that you connect with. The first and the third is really all about rediscovering how you communicate, and you do that by working on your spirituality. You'll be able to be much more forthright and directed and be able to express some of your ambition, and by doing that you can explore your own world. And the motivating force, the fire, the power needed to do that comes from connecting with your spiritual practice. So if you pray, if you meditate, if you do yoga, whatever, do that first 3 days of October. You'll get a huge sense of rebirth from that, phoenix rising from the ashes, about how you talk, how you communicate. And that's interesting because Mercury, the communication planet, goes into retrograde on the 4th of October, and that's really right next to your ascendant. That's really right next to your rising sign, and that means that in terms of looking for alternate ways to communicate, you're going to be most successful at that this month. Mercury is the planet of communication. I've made a separate video on that, what Mercury retrograde means, so have a look at that if you're interested. But for you, it's going to be different ways of expressing your emotions, different ways of being in partnership, in relationship, and finding alternate ways of getting your message and your meaning across. On the 8th, the full moon of the month occurs, but this isn't just a regular full moon, it's a total lunar eclipse. So it's on the south node of the moon. I don't know why that word eluded me. But the south node of the moon, when eclipse happens on it, it's very much about releasing energy and being done with something and letting it go. And some of the lack of discipline that you've had in your spiritual practice, or lack of commitment and lack of higher power connection, you're really done with that and you've refined that, and you get a real strength and harmonious relationship quality with your higher power. So really the beginning of this month is very much about spirituality for you, and connecting with those unseen forces, those unseen worlds, and really strengthening and those relationships and making them more meaningful in your life, because they do offer you a lot of strength and power. A real talent comes on the 9th and 10th for you, and it's in regard to your physical life. So work, money, daily routine, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever your routine is. You can really create that the way you want it, and it's a grand trine in fire, which means that there's a lot of energy happening there, and there's a lot of burning away things that aren't useful to you and getting you in line and in sync with your life purpose, so you can really make wonderful transitions to your working life, and you can also realize dreams that you've been working for a while, and they become a reality in your daily experience. Mercury moves into Libra on the 11th of October, and it's been in Scorpio in your sign. And now because it goes into Libra, you become much more concerned about other people's feelings and balancing those with yours and compromising a little bit. So rather than exerting emotional control, you become more interested in how you can create harmony with other people. The 13th of the month really sees a nice connection, a real physical, passionate connection with your other half if you're in a relationship. If you're looking for a relationship, the 13th of October is a great day because you feel very much in sync with your sexual power. You know, who you are as a sexual being, as a romantic being, as a physical being. You feel very much in touch with that. So for both single people in relationships, great time to connect with relationship. And then what happens is that your spiritual practice that's been with you now for the whole month, and that you've really looked at, and that you've really got a lot from, that helps you explore. And you become very sensitive to alternate or other doors that you could walk through. Wow. You could really look at different spiritual practices. So if you haven't visited the Krishnas and you've always been interested, that becomes a theme again, and you go see them. But really what I'm getting is that you get some opening via, you know, if you start to channel messages, or if you become psychic yourself, or if you start to see, if you connect with, I mean, this is going to be controversial, but people from other planets or UFOs or something, there's an opening to something that you haven't, that's not part of your reality. It's in that kind of mystical moon kind of realm, so the unseen, the other world, people from the other side, all of that stuff. Your spiritual practice opens the door for something like that around the 15th. That's magical. Please tell me what you discover. I'm so interested in things like that. On the 16th and through this from the 16th to the 22nd, really, what happens is that there's a real connection again with realizing your dreams at work. Work becomes much more, it grows. The positive aspects of your work grow. You're driven to make more money. You feel very much in sync with what you do for work. If you're a nurse and you've always felt like a hairdresser, you're not going to feel like a hairdresser this month, you're going to feel like a nurse. That's a stupid example, but it gets across what I'm trying to say. You feel like what you do is who you are. And because of that in syncness, it grows and it moves to something bigger and better. People at work start to notice that you really embody your job very well, and they nurture you as a result of that. And the other thing that happens is that you are able to transform your daily routine because of that. So either your commute changes, or your hours change, or your role at work changes, but your daily routine is altered. And you pioneer a new thing in your daily routine. There's a partial solar eclipse on the 23rd on the north node of the moon. And it's in Libra, and it's in the 12th house. And solar eclipses really affect the kind of powers that be, the governments, the people in charge. And Libra is the sign of justice, balance, positive relationships, and peace. So let's all pray that the governments will be able to create some more peace in the world, because I don't know about you, but 2014 to me has felt and seemed like there have been a lot of conflicts in the world. And you know, it was one of the UN guys who said peace is breaking out all over the world, so let's hope that there is more peace breaking out all over the world, and that they find some ways of structuring that so that all the people affected by it have some more peace in their lives. Okay, 24th of October, Venus goes into Scorpio, and it's been in Libra. So Scorpio, you start to feel much better about yourself. You feel more in sync with your own kind of feelings. You feel your usual self, okay? You're able to exert your power again. You're able to navigate things in your usual kind of Scorpio way. You're scuttling around. You're using your emotional abilities, and you feel really focused on who you are. You feel good about yourself. You feel structured. That really lasts until the end of the month. If there's anything that requires you to be you, 24th of October till the 31st, fabulous for you, because you feel utterly and perfectly yourself. Comfortable in your own skin, which is great. Okay. The final week here, also what happens is that because you feel so yourself, you're able to communicate very, very well. You're able to heal some of the hurts in your relationships, your romantic relationships, and you're able to bring new life there and to really get what you want as well. So it's not just about, I'm sorry for what I've done, let's move forward. It's about, things have hurt in the past. We've both been unhappy. I would like us to move forward in this direction. Let's do it. Which is hugely satisfying, and it's also going to be hugely satisfying to your partner if you're in a relationship, because it will feel like you're on the same page and you've got a joint sense of purpose. So let's draw a tarot card to see what the major theme is, or to summarize the month really. Great, and the card that I've drawn for you is the Star. And the Star is about letting your own light shine. And this very much has to do with you feeling yourself at the end of this month and really being your scorpionic self, if that's a word. So let your light shine, show people who you are, be up there, be yourself. I mean, I'm just trying to think of situations when it's important to be yourself. I think people respect authenticity. No one likes someone who's emulating someone else, or who's trying to recreate the success of someone else. People like people. People like people. Yeah. Authenticity is valued. So if you honor yourself, other people honor you for your gifts. And you can let your light shine. So have a wonderful month, Scorpio. It looks fantastic for you. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.co.uk. Send me an email, readings@gregoryscott.co.uk, or find me on Facebook, facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Have a fabulous month, and I'll speak to you soon.